Absolutely.
And eat some good food. That's the whole idea. Okay, so we're going to start off. The theme of this class today is we're focusing on fall, casserole, and soup. Okay, and utilizing the fruits and vegetables of the fall. And it's really, really good. We've done it here a couple times, and I think it's one of the best casseroles I've ever eaten. It's just wonderful. And it's so easy to do. Okay, so if you guys want to just maybe follow along in the recipe with me, that would be cool. And we'll go from there. So, okay, if you look at the top, how I write my recipes, they're a little different. It's all by cup and ounce, so to speak. And then you will have teaspoons and stuff as we get into more complex things. So, basically the ingredients are just as listed. You know, we try to keep it really, really simple. So we have a lot of rice here, okay? It's 8 cups of rice. So when we make rice from dry, it would be 2 cups of rice to yield 8 cups of rice cooked. If that makes any sense. Does that make sense?
Yep.
So you know, you can use a white rice, you can use a wild rice, you can use any kind of rice, basmati. Not a jasmine rice because it's a little too sticky. You probably wouldn't want to use that, but you can use, in this case, we have our basic rice pilaf here at the club, and it's a mixture of wild rice, white rice, and then some vegetarian seasonings in it. So this is a actual vegetarian thing right here. Vegan here, but I mean, this is kind of crazy, but at home, you go to you get Campbell soup, okay, and we cook, you know, believe it or not, it's just one of those things. Cream of celery is a wonderful thing, and we make it here at the club homemade, so I mean, we have it all the time, so if we have something left over, this is kind of a good thing to leave for a leftover. So we're adding cream of celery soup, and at home you would add, you know, 1 can of cream of celery soup, basically. So
Instead of mushroom.
And now you do both.
We do both?
Yeah, we're adding the celery, and then now with the mushroom. So you make both soups, and then just add it. You know, so you follow the instruction on the can, and then yield the soups. Because you don't want it concentrated. You want it as a full soup, basically. If it's in a can and we just throw it in there, it's gonna mess the flavor up quite a bit, if that makes any sense.
So you put a can of cream of mushroom and a can of celery.
You're gonna have to make that on the stove though.
Yeah.
Okay, how the recipe follows, and then you just fold it in. All right, now what we're gonna do is we're just gonna mix all these ingredients up.
So when you mix it, did you do the equivalent of 1 can, or did you do?
Yeah, what I did is we made 1 can, we yielded 1 can, and then the directions on making a pot of it. Just like mix it up.
Yeah.
We want to get everything mixed in. I just like to fold it. You know, you see how I'm folding it? You know, that's called folding. I know you folks know how to do that because you're fine culinarians. All of you. This is Woodrow, you're the star. You're our star culinarian. By far. Okay, now you see, folks, how I got it mixed in. It's nice and moist.
Yeah.
There's gonna be some wonderful flavors coming out of this once we put it in the oven. Okay. Then I'm gonna just take a pan or take a casserole dish. Do we have a glass casserole dishes at home? Those work the best. I like to use earthenware. And we're just gonna do this. Spray this down real good. If you have a food release or a pan spray, you want to spray the pan. In a glass dish, you won't have to do it as much. If that makes any sense, it doesn't stick. And then what we're gonna do is we're just gonna pour this bad boy right in and evenly get it distributed.
You mix that pretty well. You mix that all together pretty
Oh,
well.
you have to.
Like you did a lot.
Yeah, oh yeah, you have to. You want to get those flavors in, you know, and make sure everything's incorporated. Okay, so now what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna kind of pack it in there, you know, like you would any kind of casserole.
It looks good already.
And what we do here is, I don't know, if you like broccoli, I love broccoli. You know, if you ever have just a broccoli casserole, this is a little different, you know, and that's what we liked about it, because, you know, at home, you know, a lot of people make broccoli casserole, but this is kind of different. You know, with the rice added, it's a real neat touch.
I like the coleslaw.
Coleslaw? Oh yeah, the broccoli coleslaw. Yeah. But this would be equivalent to like one of your glass. The way we did the recipe. Yeah, like a 9x11, you'll be able to put it, or 9x13. The glass. It's like a glass casserole dish. It might have a glass lid. If it has a glass lid, you put that on there instead of the foil, like I said. and then just remove the lid. It just needs to be covered when we go to bake it. So now I'm gonna take this down to the kitchen. We're gonna bake it off, and then at that point we're gonna do some soup service, get you some soup. And then we put the other half of cheese on the top, and what we're making is a gratin, basically. As you can see on the recipe, it says bake it a half an hour at 350. We then pull it out and then take the lid off, or foil or whatever we have at home, and then put it back in the oven for another 15 minutes. And this is gonna gratin, what we call a gratin or caramelize, or get nice and crunchy on top. Sure.
Where's the heavy cream?
I'm gonna drizzle that right now. And then this gets drizzled right here. You just need a little bit, you don't need much.
So,
You do not need much at all. And this is what I do. I put my, maybe if you had 4 ounce, just follow the recipe and just kind of lightly drizzle this cream over the top.
so the way you have it here is to put the cheese, drizzle the heavy cream before the cheese.
Before the cheese, you can do it either way.
Okay.
You can do it either way. It's not gonna mess anything up. And see that how I got it? Just a nice little layer of cream on top. And yours will do the same. Here, I'll show you folks over here. So you can and B, it's gonna really add to the caramelization and flavor when we go to gratin. So yeah, so okay. So I mean, look at how easy that was. You know, I mean, it's very simple. I mean, yeah, making 2 soups is kind of trying, you know, because you make 2 soups. But other than that, it's fairly quick, easy. Once you get it all, once you get it all together, you know, it's real easy. So, all right, well, I'm gonna get this down to the kitchen. I'm gonna bring up some soup, and we're gonna eat some soup, and we're gonna talk about some. In the store. Now you can also do this with like an acorn squash. And these are what we call winter vegetables. You know, this time of the year, these are like key. You know, and every chef loves these this time of the year. So, you know, hey, why not try to use it and jump on the bandwagon. So I'm gonna show you guys how I fabricate one of these. Take one down. And I'm missing my peeler. There. I'll be right back. I have to grab that. But anyway, what I do is I start by, I just cut the bottom off, like so, and I stand it up. Okay, at this point, you just kind of do one of these and get all of the skin off.
This is delicious.
Yeah.
So we're gonna run this soup tomorrow. We'll have it, well no, not tomorrow, but Saturday we'll have it. Friday's clam chowder day. So I keep getting mixed up on the days too, Mrs. Woodrow. Alright, then we're just gonna this backside here.
I don't know if I'll have, I'm going to pasta night. I'm not sure if I'll have since I just had it Tuesday night.
Yeah, I know, we had it with the ladies.
So you're gonna go and stick your nose up and say, I want something else? Is that what you're gonna do?
You
I
can.
just had it Tuesday night here.
It's your option, Mrs. Woodrow. We will have anything you want.
Man, he loves you, that's great.
I do. She's the best. Mrs. Woodrow's the best.
I told him how sad I was that he's leaving. And I said, but before you leave, I said,
You know, you got your one side, that's all solid, and at the bottom, you have seeds. So basically, I just kind of search to where it starts to curve, that's where you're going to cut it. Okay, so I'm going to leave this here, and then boom, I'm just going to do this, and then we got these seeds. So I'm just going to kind of get my hand in there, get these seeds out.
Now see, I would have sliced it lengthwise and
Lengthwise?
scooped it out.
Okay, well, we're gonna scoop it.
Tedious right there.
We are going to scoop it, but I want to be gentle and get all these seeds out without getting a lot of flesh on them, you know, because we're going to have to rinse them. So, yeah, now we can reserve them if we want, or just, you know, if you don't want to even deal with the seeds, just scoop it out. So, all right, so there's some seeds there, and I'm going to do the same on the other side. You see how I just kind of get my thumb in there?
yeah.
And just kind of do one of these, rub it back and forth, it'll pop right out. But like, try to keep this intact, because you don't want to just pull it and get this part with the seeds. But I mean, there's quite a bit of seed in here, and you know, hey, you're using the whole entire vegetable. That's what's coming. One squash, and then I yielded almost a half gallon. And then we're just gonna I just take a soup spoon or any kind of spoon and just kind of scrape it out like you said. Like Mrs. Roberts does, and we're just gonna, I should do this over my garbage. Okay, boom, you there? Now basically all I'm gonna do is just cut these in large chunks. Just like so.
This is, this is you could really do well on 24 ounces of wine and 32 ounces of heavy cream. Yeah, this is really caloric.
Yeah, oh yeah, no, yeah. Now the booze will cook off. The booze will cook off. The wine will cook off. We're gonna burn off all the alcohol.
We got
We're not good.
we get a hurricane.
Bring it to a hard boil. So once it comes to a really hard boil, we're gonna turn it down to 6. And then just let it cook down. But all this here is evaporating the liquid here. So that's called reducing.
Okay, yeah.
And when it says on there, I think we reduce it by 2/3 or 1/3, so it'll be 1/3 of it will be reduced. Does that make sense? So we're cooking it down to 2/3. So you can see there's, when you cut open the squash, I'll show you, there's gonna be seeds in there.
Yeah.
And I remove the seeds and then I cook them like pumpkin seeds.
Oh.
I roast them in the oven with salt and pepper and a little oil. And then I like to garnish the soup with this. My favorite thing. I'll let you, there's a little, here we go, let's see here. Just like so.
So when you make this, do you make it with, what's the bottom line?
That's a cranberry crust. I've got blackberries, we're gonna throw some blueberries in there as well. And then I got pints of strawberries here, I'll just hack up real quick. What I like to do with the strawberries is quarter them. When I mean quarter them, you just kind of go like that. So you trim the top, and then just go at it this way. Nice square, consistent, even cuts. It's funny, my girlfriend last week was cooking and she was cutting strawberries. And she cut them exactly the way I taught her how to do it. It was awesome. I was so proud. I was so proud of her. I was like, look at those consistent cuts, And so it was funny. We laughed and joked around about that for a while.
So you're gonna keep her as a girlfriend?
Absolutely. She's a wonderful lady. I'm very blessed. It's kind of quartering these, like I said. And then the fun will begin. Again, booze now. There's going to be booze in this one, and it's not going to be burnt off. It's not going to be burnt off. Our berries mixed, right? And then what we're gonna do is add some sugar just to cover. So I got a bunch, like maybe a cup of sugar. We're just gonna kind of lightly cover the fruit. See this?
Oh yeah.
Well, again, you want to fold it. You don't want to, mash it in there. You want to have some chunks. Those blackberries will dissipate, as you can see. We're just kind of lightly. A little color and a little base, so just a little. That's all we need of that. Then we're going to use some triple sec. You can use, if you have Grand Marnier, any orange liqueur will do. And we're just using triple sec because it's kind of cheap. So we're just going to put a little dash of that in there. Okay. And then white wine. Of course, I love white wine. It goes in everything. Okay. We're just going to pour about half of that. And then the final is rum. Just a little bit of rum. To kind of just give it a nice little kick. Now at this point, we still have some sugar left, right?
What kind of rum did you use?
I use just a spice rum, Captain Morgan's or whatever, Have you ever had the Kraken rum? Try that? I'm not real fond of it. It's too dark. But then I take my remaining sugar, as you can see, and then just kind of fold it over. And what we want it to do is these bad boys are going to macerate, what we call macerate.
Oh, got that word out again.
Yeah, macerate. Yeah, there it is.
Stick the tea in there.
It is, yeah. It sounds like a little different, yeah. You want these to sit, like, I don't know, a couple hours, and they're gonna soften up. But I don't know, I can't wait to serve this and eat it with you folks, so we're just gonna go ahead and chop them. But it should break them down a little bit, and then that's what I mean by macerating with without the tea. That's what I mean without the tea. Well, we are
You could wrap
just
that.
letting these things. Yeah, you can put it in a cooler and just let it sit for a couple hours before your party. And then what I do is we'll just cut this bad boy up, lemon bar. You want here. And I just love them. I think it's a nice, refreshing,
Oh.
fun dessert. Sugar, grenadine, water, rum, wine, triple sec, yep. And more sugar at the end. Yeah, the sugar is key because it forms a syrup, and that's what you kind of want.